I really need to look for some dressers for our closet here. It's time to get dressed for the day. I just kind of stack my shirts here. These are like long sleeve, and then these are not long sleeve. Is it too early for Christmas? At the time of recording, it's not quite yet Halloween, but I'm not a big Halloween person. I'd much rather just hop right over to Christmas. Okay, let's get dressed. I haven't put makeup on. Oh my gosh, we're almost a week and it's been so great. But probably not for people staring at me, but you know, it's been great for me. I've never been like a full-on makeup guru. When I was younger, I had a lot of fun playing with makeup and stuff and experimenting and just trying new things. But you know, as I got older and then I had more babies, it just kind of was one of those things that I didn't make time for. And it shows. You can see me just slapping stuff on and hoping for the best. I'm just, it's not my season right now for me to play with makeup, I think. That's what, and I don't say that in a demeaning way. That's how it felt. It was fun for me to play with makeup and experiment and try different things and things like that. But like I said, right now, I just trying to look a little more put together, if possible, and get out the door. So okay, I think that's gonna be as good as it gets for today. I'll try to clean up my little mess here. If you're wondering, the little container here from the when I reorganized the bathroom is still going strong. It's working out for me, so I'm glad for that. I do have a couple of small things that have leaked out here. These I gotta put away. And then these, I'm looking for a good nude color lip liner. I just haven't found it yet. Oh, look, I just did that. Okay, well, let me clean this up and then let's get out of here. So this is fantastic. Yesterday I had started meal planning. For this month I got off of checking the meal plan for the month. I had jotted down some stuff. I'm competing with my kids. They're up, they're ready to roll. We got to get out this door. But anyways, I haven't checked back on that meal plan. I haven't really, I don't know what I'm doing. Honestly, I'm just all throwing things to the wind here. Anyways, so I had sat down yesterday to meal plan, and no, apparently I didn't. I just meal planned for that day, but not for the rest of this week. Okay, so we finished our first part of the morning errands. Then we have, we're off to go do a grocery pickup really quick. We did have 2 substitutions, but I think I might just pop into the store and see if they have them. It was just for carrots, but sometimes, you know, they have it inside. They just, for whatever reason, yeah, I don't know. So I might check, but we'll see. Let's go run some errands, get this done, get home, and finish up our school day. Okay, So we did an impromptu stop at the Dollar Tree because I wanted to pick up a presentation board for my daughter. She's kind of wanted to, well, I'll show you in a sec what we're going to do with it. And then we stopped at the library. We've been coming to the library almost weekly because we've been reading a lot more, but also because we've been putting books on hold and the cycle that they've been coming in. So we were just kind of cycling through our books, dropping a couple off, picking a couple up. This time I just stayed, as you can see, in the car with my littles, and my oldest is just going to run in and grab the books that we have on hold and drop off 2 more for me. And then we're going to head home and make lunch. My daughter has finished her schoolwork. She did all of it. She had packed her little backpack this morning because she went with me to run errands, the first errands in the morning. So she's all done with schoolwork, and then my son has brought he brought his reading that he has to do today. So he's reading the Gamage Cup. So he brought this with him in the car and has been reading this, so catching up on that. And then I think he just needs to do math when we get home. So it's almost 1 o'clock. So we'll have lunch, he'll finish up schoolwork, and then we'll get on with the rest of today. Cactus. So what does cactus start with? What letter?
C.
Okay, can we put the C on it then? Okay. What is this?
A. Apple. Which one? I just wrote.
Okay, what's the last one?
Tie.
What does tie start with? Okay, now let's look at the letters. What does it say?
Cat.
Cat. Very good. Okay.
Now what does it say with the S?
Okay. Well, now what does it say with S?
Cats.
Okay. So now do the same right here, okay?
This.
Okay, so we are back home. I just threw in some chicken nuggets into the air fryer so we could have that for lunch. We did grocery pickup, which was great because we only needed just like a couple of little bit of things. We only needed a few things. And our total was it was originally supposed to be $37, but they didn't have the carrots, and so it was like $33 and change. But then I went inside to see if they had any carrots, because sometimes they will have stuff, but you know. Anyways, so we went inside and we were able to find baby carrots. I was looking for a large bag of organic carrots, but they didn't have any. So I went inside to see if maybe I could find a couple of smaller bags, but the only organic carrots they had were baby carrots. So I just took 1 bag of those for now. But this is why I should not get down and go in the store. I got down, and then we found that the cereal was on sale. So my kids were like, "Can we have cereal?" Why we went down that aisle, I don't know why we went down that aisle, because my kids were like, "Can we go see this?" And I was like, "Sure, why not? Why not, Mom?" Anyways, so we ended up picking up a couple boxes of cereal. It's a kind of a treat for my kids to have it. They have it on Saturday. They're supposed to have it on Saturday as a bribe to let me and their dad sleep in. It doesn't always work out that way, but that's what it's supposed to be. So we just picked up a couple of boxes of cereal, and then we were in there, and I was like, "Oh yeah, we needed pickles," so we got a jar of pickles. And then we were really looking for the carrots. We were like, "Oh, cranberries are here," and we like to have the cranberries with this cranberry chicken recipe. It's so good, but can't always find fresh cranberries. So we bought a bag of cranberries. Needless to say, another $30-some later, we came out of the store. It's fine. We're gonna eat it, so it's okay. And we have room for it, and thankfully we're okay. We're gonna be okay. So we're gonna have lunch. I'm gonna put away these groceries. My little one, as you saw, is doing a little bit of schoolwork. My daughter is complete, and my son is just gonna finish up his stuff, and then he's got a meeting later today, an online meeting he's gonna do also. And then we'll just see where the rest of this day takes us. So at this point in the afternoon, I was kind of feeling not overwhelmed by the day, but just rushed by all the things we had done in the morning. And I realized I had never sat down for my quiet time, reading my Bible, just kind of getting in the Word. So I figured, why not sit down and get centered again? And I tend to think that we can only sit and be in the Word first thing in the morning. And if I don't do it, then, well, I missed it and the opportunity has passed. But that's not true. You can sit down at any point in your day, whenever you get a moment, and just kind of, it recenters me, it reminds me, it focuses me, maybe. I'm not quite sure all the words I want to say here, but it really just grounds me and helps me move forward with the rest of the day. So I just sat down for a little bit while my kids were playing and decided to go ahead and read the Bible for a little bit before I finished up our day. Okay, I tidied up the kitchen, and then I put away the dishes, and then I washed the dishes that were in the sink. So now there's dishes out again, but I'm not gonna dry them. I'm gonna leave them to air dry, or one of my kiddos gets done with their stuff and volunteers to dry them, which I don't know. It could happen, probably won't, but it could. Well, let's stay hopeful. So I just have a little bit of dishes out to put away, and then you saw that I made some more coffee. I didn't make the coffee. I ground up some more coffee so we would have coffee for the next morning. I feel like I could use another cup right now. It's about 3:40. Maybe we'll do some tea time and I'll have like some black tea or green tea. Ooh, green tea latte sounds fun. So maybe I'll do that. I have been waiting to open this. This is, I know exactly what it is, but it's the 7th book of Harry Potter. 7, right? Yep. 7th book of Harry Potter. So I, at one time, had all of the books, but I donated them. I had like pieced it together. Anyways, I got this in my head where I wanted to reread the books for over the holidays. And so I was looking for more used ones to kind of piece together my set again. And so this was the last book that was needing to come in. And I went ahead and I bought different, I found a different kind of, what do I want to say? A different kind of cover and version of it than I had originally. So I really liked these, and so I was able to snatch these up. When you put them all together, the spines actually make another picture, which I thought was really cool. So I found these used and pieced them together. So I'm debating if I want to do a kind of little readathon, if you will, if anybody wants to read along with me this series, but I'm not sure. I don't know. If that's something that would interest you, let me know down below, and I will gladly put out a video and do a whole, kind of put together a whole readathon of the series if you've read it before, or readathon if you've never read the series before. But that's, I got this. I'm going to put this away, and then this reminded me that I have, so in the office we have 2 bookshelves. By this time, my used book haul should have come out, so I will link that for you up above. I don't know if it's on this side or the other side, but I will link that in the cards and then down in the description below. So I did buy a couple of more used books too, and we have been going to the library frequently. I don't put the library books in our bookshelf. We have a separate spot for those. But my point is, my bookshelf is getting full, and that's a huge blessing. I have one more bookshelf that is in my bedroom, and so I'm trying to figure out which books I want to put in my bedroom and which books I want to put in the office. The 3rd bookshelf won't fit in the office right now. Yeah, so I'm not sure. So I'm trying to figure out which books I want to move upstairs to my room. But that's a whole nother project that's not going to get done today. For today, I think what I'm going to end up finishing doing is kind of a little bit of brain dump of things like that. Little projects that I want to get done, and ideas that I have floating around my head. I find that once I put it out on paper, it frees up my mind. I feel like it's down on paper, so I don't have to constantly like be thinking about it in the background. Let me know if you know what I mean. So that's a little project I want to get done, possibly a readathon I want to get done or start planning for. I also would like to start prepping my planner for the holidays, things that I want to do. We don't do the elf on the shelf, we do the Wandering Wise Men, and last year was the first year that I was like, you know, I'm going to sit it out this year, we're not going to do it. And don't you know that my oldest asked for it. He was like, where's the wise men? So gonna plan for that, or put that down on paper so that I can plan for that project for this year too. And just little things like that. But I'm going to sit for a minute and just gather my thoughts. I am going to make the tea, and just sit with my planner, get some stuff brain dump out. Oh my, yeah. So we're going to get some brain dump out. And then my kids are doing, my two littles are doing like arts and crafts and imaginary plays. So they're good. We'll let them do that for as long as they'd like to. I did for dinner. I ended up taking out one of our freezer meals that we had already prepped and done. I need to get on it and do a couple more because these are so handy to have and just have it done. So this one is kind of a fake Philly cheese, but it is with chicken instead of meat. Or instead of red meat. So I'm going to put that in the Instant Pot in a little bit, and then I also had some sandwich rolls that we had got on clearance from the grocery store, and I stuck these in the freezer also. So I just took those out. They're already defrosted. I know we have some cheese in the fridge. That's what we're going to have for dinner. I may make some like quinoa and brown rice to go with it just as a side, because I typically don't eat it on the bread. I'll eat it with the rice. Not because I don't like bread. It's just I really like rice too. So we're going to do that. Anything else, guys?
Nope.
Nope. That's it. And then we're just kind of going to tuck in for the rest of the night. So I'll try to remember to show you the dinner and all that as we prep it. But if I don't, let me just tell you thank you so much for joining us on our day today. Oh, let me show you what we picked up from the library, if you can. Okay, so we had gone to the library and picked up a couple of books that we had on hold. One of them that I put on hold just as a last minute, I was like, that sounds interesting, is a cookbook. Actually, it is the $5 Dinner Mom Cookbook, 200 recipes for quick, delicious, and nourishing meals that are easy on the budget and a snap to prepare by Erin Chase. I don't think that I've ever seen this, so I'm going to go through and see if I can find any new to us recipes that I want to try out. And then I also had The School for Good and Evil. This is book 5. This is book 5. I started reading this series for a readathon, and then I'm one of those people, like, I have the hardest time DNFing a book or marking it did not finish. And this is part of a series, and I just am like a dog with a bone, and I have to finish it once I start it. So here's book 5. I'm still on book 4. And I believe there are 6 books here. My library doesn't have the 6th book as a physical book, but it does have it as an ebook version, so I'll have to read it that way once I get there. But I picked up that one. This one was for my son. He picked it up as part of his biology. He's doing aquatics. He's doing an aquatics part of it. He's finished it up, but he said he wanted to read this book anyways. Real Life Monsters, Creatures of the Deep. So we grabbed that one. This one. Okay, so I was doing the readathon, and I checked out a book, and I was like, this book will be for part of this readathon I did. And then we went, and like I said, we were returning a couple books and picking up a couple books and stuff like that. So I returned this book without reading it. And so I ran in and I grabbed it today anyways, just because. And then, somewhere on BookTube, they were talking about this series, The Selection. And so I was like, that sounds interesting. Let me try it out. The hold, to put it on hold, I was like number, I don't know what, long on the list to get it. So I thought, oh, surely I'll be done with this other series that I'm reading by the time I get to here, because to be quite honest, I didn't plan on reading the entire series of The School for Good and Evil, but you know, again, I gotta finish it. So now I really have to finish it so that I can start with this one, because I feel like too many series at one time. I don't know. I don't know if my brain is gonna be able to keep up with that. And then my son is also kind of fascinated with weapons of the past and things like that. And so the library had the Illustrated Encyclopedia of Weaponry. I'm just making my own words up here. So you check this out. It looks pretty cool. So it goes like, it's got like ancient armor and stuff like that. If not, I don't know if it's ancient, old armor and stuff like that. And then swords and daggers and stuff. And so we grabbed that too. That's what was on hold. Oh, there was one more book. It was a child's book that my youngest wanted to see. It was The Incredibles 2. As you can hear, they're doing their thing. So I'm gonna let them do that. I'm gonna go do the brain dump. I'm gonna drink some water, and then I'm gonna have tea. Does anybody else want tea time?
I do.
We're all gonna have some tea time. So that is that. Now, in case I don't film what's for dinner and get that done, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for hanging out with us today and just coming alongside as we went about our day. No 2 days really are ever the same with us. So I try to film days when we actually like go out and do something, as opposed to like when we're just home. But I have filmed that too. I know I have. So again, thank you for watching and hanging out. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, would you please give it a thumbs up? Comment down below and let me know what kind of videos you are enjoying watching from us. And then if you haven't seen any of our other videos, maybe check some more out. And if you like what you see, consider joining our little YouTube family and subscribing. Thanks again. I just threw dinner in the pressure cooker here, but I thought that it was chicken, and when I poured it out of the freezer bag, it is not. It is red meat, but I had some chicken, leftover chicken in the fridge that was like par cooked, so I that's why it was separated from the rest. Anyways, I threw that in too, so that's okay. I don't mind mixing the two. I threw both in. We're gonna put it in here and let it cook away. It is kind of late to start dinner. It's almost 5, but I was just sitting and working on editing, and yeah, I let the time get away from me. So I'm gonna put this in. What does meat? 30 minutes? I think that'll be fine. I'm gonna put it for 30 minutes and see how that cooks up. And then I also have in the fridge, I also have some leftover quinoa and brown rice mix. And I was just going to originally warm this up, but I have a tiny bit of this rice too left over. So I might, depending on how much it makes, make both. Just warm it up. When I warm it up, I just put it in the pan with a little bit of water on the bottom, and then put the lid on top of the pan and just kind of let it steam that way. But I'm not sure. Let's see. But this is what I'm going to serve for a side, and then we have the bread to go with it too, which is a lot of carbs, but I don't think that my kids are going to want a lot of rice with it. And it would be the same kind of thing if we just had like sandwiches and chips. More carbs. Okay, so I just plated out. This one is for my oldest, his sandwich, and then this, I give the littles half each. So I'm going to let them eat these and then see if they even want any sides to go with it. They may not. These look pretty filling as is, but that's what we ended up making for dinner.